in some kind of mindscape. Why bother? He was going to die soon enough anyway. Then again, maybe this mindbender was a particularly sadistic bastard. Perhaps it was playing with its food, instead of finishing it off quickly as a normal monster should. Maybe it just wanted to torment him for a little bit longer, break him down before releasing the mind spell, and watch him get chewed to bits by the swarmling throngs. Rebuff. Nothing. Lion's courage. Still nothing. Diamond bulwark. Nothing once again. Justin inhaled deeply, steeling himself for whatever was to come. He ducked down even lower into his boxer's guard. He twisted his body around, prepared to literally go down swinging if need be. See, why couldn't your species have been a little bit more dedicated to self-preservation? We gave you a whole year to prepare, to let you acclimate to the system, and to start leveling for the first great invasion. What do you idiots do instead? Half of you sat around with your thumbs up your anal sphincters, while the other half immediately started burning your world to the ground. Even when my peers and I tweaked the settings a little to help your kind survive your first failure, you all just flopped around like useless sacks of wet manure. Justin held his breath, trying to locate the source of the voice. He figured that this monster had gone invisible, or maybe blinded him somehow, but he thought that he could trace the direction of the voice. That plan failed as well, because the voice seemed to come from nowhere and everywhere all at once. Justin gritted his teeth while whirling around, trying and failing to find a target for his frustrations. If his mind was indeed being invaded and his perceptions blocked, then he could not afford just to stand still. However, he could only spin around in place, since he could not find any obstacle to put his back to. He knew the swarmlings were going to be his death, even without this mental attack, but he would take as many of them down with him as he could, or at the very least, go down fighting instead of cowering in a corner. Ugh, I'm ranting here. Will you just stop fiddling around like... Okay, fine. Oi, over here. The voice suddenly gained a presence off to Justin's right. The naked man whirled around, prepared to resort to unskilled hand-to-hand fighting without the aid of class skills. It was a testament to his pure stubbornness in the face of imminent doom. There, in the middle of the white void, stood a younger version of himself. There were his wide, innocent eyes and chubby cheeks. He was still filled with awe and wonder, while remaining blissfully ignorant of the darkness swirling around him. Justin blinked, and the child became a teenager. An awkward one, with pimply cheeks, thick glasses, and a pronounced gut. Shy and nervous, and not sure about what to do and how to carry himself. The perfect victim. Justin blinked again, and the teenager became a young man with a black eye and bleeding lip. He was muscled, eager, and ready to throw down at a moment's notice. He met the world with a snarl and a growl, having learned that being the bully was far better than being the bullied, and that only a true son has the right and the might to take what is his. Justin blinked once more. The young man sprouted a beard and a tired face. He was still angry and still fuming, but now he was capable of keeping it all under control. A few dangerous brushes with the law had taught him how to stay in line. He wore the once familiar uniform of a security guard, a worn walkie-talkie, a faded truncheon, and a rusty revolver on his hip. Justin blinked, and the man's expression twisted into a rictus of rage and ruin. He stood there, bare-chested and bathed in the blood of his dismembered victims. He'd found his anger once again, renewed by the end of the world, when monsters walked freely over the Earth's surface. Fate had intervened and had reminded him that the strong eat the weak, and that nothing would ever take that away from him. Justin blinked, and the man aged a few dozen years, when in reality he had only aged 5. Wisps of gray were mixed in with his black hair, and perpetual eye bags pulled his gaze down. Scars from unhealable injuries riddled the exposed bits of his skin as he stood encased within rusty, piecemeal armor. A sword hung from his belt, sheathed inside a grimy, tattered scabbard. Steel peeked out from the scabbard's